What's up, Tribe Nation? It's just Coach Matt O'Brien today. My super awesome and beautiful co host is on vacation, taking it easy somewhere in the Caribbean. Actually, she's not, but no need for her. We're just going to talk real quick and easy protein forward solution that is easy to clean up. It's easy to track your calories, and it is easy to take with you on the go. Or, like I do, I make it the night before so that crazy, chaotic excuse of your morning doesn't get in the way of you having a protein forward meal to start your day. So I call this my whole food smoothie. And if you're watching this live or watching the replay, let me know in the comments and let me know you're excited to experience this. And I can tell you honestly, after sharing this recipe with hundreds and hundreds of clients, even the most skeptical protein smoothies aren't for me. They taste horrible. I'm not trying to make fun of anybody, but that's typically the reaction I can just share with you. Actually, I'm sure you wouldn't mind. Chris, who I'm taking through the Fit Fat to Fit show that we're doing on Fridays. If you're not watching that, definitely tune in because I'm taking him from morbid obesity to fit within a 1 year time frame. But this solution, like he was one of those skeptics, and I gave him the recipe, and I'm going to share it with you. And anybody that wants it, I'm going to have an ask at you at the end, or you just have to put something in the comments. So tune in. We're going to get rocking. But when he tried it, he was like, "Wow, dude, this is really good." And I was like, "I know. It's not like you're sacrificing anything. It actually makes life a lot easier because it saves time. It handles the protein forward requirements that set you up for success, and it tastes amazing. And you can customize it to your likes." But the other testimony was that his wife, who was even more skeptical and had tried other smoothies, supposedly took a sip of his and then literally walked away with it. And so she's been a fan ever since. So I'm going to reveal my blueberry badass smoothie to you right here, right now, show you just how easy it is to make. And at the end, if you want the recipe, I'm going to tell you what word to put in the comment, and I will directly send you the recipe. No questions asked, because I want you to try it. So here we go with the blueberry badass. We're in my kitchen here. I'm wearing my apron, protect my clothes. Not that anything's going to splash up, but let's get to it. So I get asked a lot, what blender do you recommend? What blender do you have? I don't know if you can get this one anymore, but this is the Fit by Blendtec. It is the same motor that they power the Starbucks blenders with, but without the $900 price tag. I think we got it on sale for $269 with the big pitcher and a separate to-go smoothie upside down pitcher. But I always use this one. We've had it for over 3 years. I use it every single day, at least once a day, most of the time twice a day. And if you have kids, I'm telling you now, if you had kids, they will love this too. Just don't tell them what's in it at first because they may balk on the spinach. And you may too, but give it a try. You won't even know the spinach is in there, but it adds nutrients and most importantly, whole food fiber. So I'm going to share a little tips of the trade with you, tricks of the trade, because the order you put things in does matter. Because if you don't have enough liquid ingredients at the bottom, your blender is probably going to just spin like crazy and nothing's going to happen. So I always put my liquid ingredients in first. And first is a cup of unsweetened almond milk. My pitcher has measurements on it, but I've done this so many times. I could do this in my sleep. And actually doing my 8 ounces right there, putting in some liquid ingredients first. Then I like to put in the nuts and the spinach. So I have some walnuts, half shell walnuts, obviously no shells, about 8 of them, the halves. I'm going to dump those in. Then I'm going to throw in my spinach. Literally, I'm just going to put in 2 handfuls. You don't have to measure this. Baby spinach, preferably, and fresh. If it's turning, not a good idea to throw stinky spinach in there. Just fresh, good baby spinach leaves, organic if you want. This is already washed and prepped, so ready to go. Then I'm going to put in a tablespoon of a nut butter. This is peanut butter, which I am just telling you don't have to get crazy on your nut butters. I just use the natural Jif for the most part, or whatever natural is on sale. All that means is going to save you a little bit extra sugar that they don't put in the natural that they do put in the regular. And this, my friends, is a tablespoon, not this, or however much you can hold on a spoon. And so I actually measure it as a tablespoon. It's a little bit more, being a little generous. And if you have another spoon, you can scoop that out. But normally I just use 2 spoons and get that in there. And most of the time I'm doing this recipe for me and my 2 boys. So I make like a double batch, and I split one of the recipes with them. And this pitcher is big enough to do that. So we got our almond milk, our walnuts, our spinach, and our nut butter. You could also use almond butter if you'd like. If you want to save some fat, now fat does help satiate. It's gonna, if this is a meal for you, a meal replacement, you don't necessarily want to skip the fat. But if you are really restricting calories, which I don't recommend, you can go to a almond butter powder or a peanut butter powder like PB2. And that would save you the fat calories, but still give you that peanut butter flavor. I like the fat because it's the secret ingredient to give it that creaminess that makes it a smoothie. So far so good. Are you with me? I am now going to put in a cup of wild blueberries. I buy these at my grocery store. Publix is our local brand. Wild organic blueberries. You don't have to get crazy on the organic or not. At the end of the day, it's the crap that we put in, the sugars and the processed foods, that's the problem, not whether something's organic or inorganic. So now we got our berries in there, and I am going to show you a couple different protein options. If you are a believer in collagen, you can buy a good quality unflavored collagen that you can just throw in there to supplement the protein. I already did that this morning in a different recipe. You can actually, if you do magic coffee, you can make on a non-fasting day, you can put collagen in your magic coffee and have some collagen protein that way. I generally like to use my secret ingredients that I'm going to share with you. This one is the secret sauce. I'm not going to reveal it just yet. Put in the chat if you want to see my secret ingredient that makes this taste so amazing. But more importantly, it makes it super extra duper nutritious. And that, my friends, is this Cachava plant-based protein. It not only has plant-based protein in it to meet our protein requirements, but it has 240 different superfood ingredients. So it's like doing a greens powder, like athletic greens that you may have gotten a sample from us, or Organifi, green juice. Those type of products, it's already in here, and it tastes amazing. It also has omega-3s. It also has a crap ton of fiber, and pun intended. Healthy bowel movements are important, and fiber also helps satiate. So the way I do it, I recommend most people do 30 to 40 grams. If you are over, say, 200 pounds, you can go all the way up to 50. Women, I say go with 40. You got to get your protein in, and most of it due to the thermic effect of food, which is a topic of a different show, is you're losing 25% of those calories to metabolize the protein. So I use 2 scoops, so I get approximately half of my protein from the Cachava, and this vanilla is amazing. The chocolate is amazing. Going a little bit generous on there. Yes. So that's half my protein. And then the other half, I use a whey concentrate or a whey isolate. Now, it's a crapshoot of brands, whether you're going to like it or not. So the 2 that I generally have not had any complaints from people besides me, because I can drink anything practically, but I really enjoy this one, is Dymatize ISO 100. And this Muscle Tech is another one. They're NitroCheck Vanilla, and Isopure is a third one made by Nature's Best. So those 3 brands I can vouch for. You can't go wrong. So now I'm going to put in 20 grams of whey-based protein, vanilla in there. So that's a total of 44 grams. Plus, there's a trivial amount of protein in the almonds, a little bit in the spinach or the walnuts, a little bit in the spinach, and a little bit in the peanut butter. But I don't really count that. So don't be concerned about having too much protein. It's very forgiving. Your body's going to use what it needs, and it's going to be very hard to convert. It's harder to convert protein to fat than it is fat to fat or sugar to fat or carbs to fat. So that is basically the ingredients. And then my other secret special experiential lesson for you is you need enough liquid for this to blend. If you like milkshake type consistency, you can put ice in, more ice than the frozen blueberries. But I'm going to add just pure filtered water, and I know about how much to put in. I'm putting in about a cup of water. So that's basically it for ingredients. I'm going to blend it. It's going to get really noisy. This has a smoothie blend 30-second feature that you're going to see here in a second. But other blenders, you don't have to get too fancy. It just has to be strong enough if you're adding a bunch of ice or the walnuts or frozen bananas, which is my other recipe. You would put those in. So while this is blending, I'm going to get a cup ready and enjoy the ride. I'm going to try to scream over the blender and tell you what my ask is if you want the recipe for the Blueberry Badass or my Chocolate Nutty Buddy, which is another favorite. And that's basically chocolate, peanut butter, banana. So let this rip. And while that's going, now if there was ice in there, it would be a lot noisier, but it's going to ramp up slowly. And now it's at full speed and going to town on this beautiful smoothie. Going to go for about 15 more seconds. I'll get a cup. Five, four, three, 2, 1. All right. So one of the things I will caution you on if you are following a nutrition plan, protein forward. One of the simple strategies I teach my clients and people that ask me is, generally speaking, if you're trying to lose body fat, 3 to 5 portions of fruits and starches per week. So for me, typically 3 to 4 of my 5, because I'm not trying to lose any weight right now. So I could even go 5 to 7, depending on how much activity I'm doing. But let's sake of simplicity, 5. So 3 to 4 of those are typically the fruit in my smoothies. So that's for the whole week. So we have been duped into thinking that fruit is really good for us. But the reality is fruit is fructose sugar. And fructose can tend to accumulate as visceral fat more so than glucose or sucrose, which is table sugar. Sucrose has fructose and glucose. So just something to be cautionary of. And again, this is my Blueberry Badass recipe. And if you drink it in a wine glass, it tastes oh so special. So I'm going to pour that in there and give it the old taste test. And let's give it a whirl. So good. This is going to be my lunch today. And all in, depending on how generous you are with the peanut butter, we're talking about 450 calories, plus or minus, depending on how you do it, tweak it. I like a lot of liquid volume because you're trying to get the hydration as well. So I'll make it with more liquid, but you can do less if you like thicker. Obviously, you can do ice instead of water if you want like a milkshake kind of consistency, which my kids like. So if they were around, I would add more ice to it, and it would be literally like the consistency of a Wendy's Frosty. Not that I would know what a Frosty consistency is like because I've never had one. Yeah, right. I have them not weekly or bi-weekly, but I definitely have them. And that's part of the whole thing. We can have fun foods, but it needs to be like a limited part of our overall nutrition plan. And if you stay protein forward, this is just a quick and easy way that you can literally make a meal and clean it up in under 5 minutes. And I can do that for myself and my 2 kids, and Holly, even if she wanted one too. I can feed a family of 4 a healthy meal and clean it up in under 5 minutes. And that's assuming, obviously, I have the ingredients on hand. But if you find that beneficial, hit me with a thumbs up. And here's your ask. If you want me to send you the PDF of the Blueberry Badass and the Chocolate Nutty Buddy recipes, all you have to put is recipes, please. If you don't know how to spell that, that's cool. I'll figure it out. Put recipes, please, in the comments, and then I'll send you the PDF of those recipes. So that is your lesson for today. And those of you in Triumph Nation, we love having you in here. This group is all about providing you value for time-starved, purpose-driven people that want health and happiness. And we're giving you those tools to improve your life and also the quality of your life, as well as the longevity or the length of your quantity of your years. So please, all we ask is engage, find value. And if you find value, think about somebody else that we can serve, that you can serve by inviting them into the group, and we can share valuable content with them like this. It just helps when they're in a Facebook group, because it's more likely they're going to see this information than if it's just on our general feed. So hopefully you got value out of this. This is the Triumph Nation live show here in Triumph Nation. And we are also broadcasting this on YouTube. And if you gave us your email, we are going to compile that and just send you an email with the link to the YouTube version of this, so that you can share that with people that aren't on Facebook. So that's coming. So look for those emails, as well as important announcements and offers in the future. So hope you all have an amazing week. It's Wednesday night. So make your protein power smoothie and let me know what you think. And if you want the recipes, put recipe please in the comments. And we'll see you next week. I'm Coach Matt O'Brien, and this is the Triumph Nation Live Show. We'll see ya. Ciao.